Good morning, kiddos. Happy Friday. We are going to jump right into our morning routine. Now, I know that on Fridays at school, we usually do things a little differently, but for this week, we're just going to do a normal day, and then I will work on next week trying to figure out a way to do something a little different on Friday while you're home. All right, let's jump in with kinders. So kinders, first job, handwriting page. Remember that name nicely at the top in cursive if you can muster it. And then we're going to write this sentence once in print and once in cursive. And it says, we can do great things today. So you should have the we and the do and the can starting to sink into that brain so you don't have to sound it out every time. And then you should start recognizing pieces like TH says, okay? So we can do great things today. Once print, once cursive. Your second job is your courage page. Now we're coming to the end of our month having courage as our virtue. So we're going to go ahead and jot it down with a picture. If you look, yours is printed on a computer, but it should say courage, doing something which frightens us, both morally and physically. And those pieces, remember, moral means I'm standing up for my faith to somebody, or I'm telling someone that they're doing something wrong. That's the moral piece of courage. It frightens us in our soul. And then there's the physical piece, something like I get on a bike with no training wheels, even if it scares me. So in the box underneath here, you are going to draw a beautiful picture of you being courageous. So maybe you're standing up to a friend, or you're telling somebody what you believe, or you are showing yourself riding a bike or doing something that was scary to you. That is your courage page. When your picture's drawn, it should be colored in beautifully. Your third job will again need you to fold a paper into fourths, okay? And you're going to do these 4 words today. All right, the first one has a couple sounds in it that I want you to work on. So this is a jug. So it has the j sound, which is J, the sound, remember upside down rainbow, U, and then G. So this is your jug. That should be in one box. The next word is net. So this one should be pretty simple. T. You could draw something in the net, maybe a butterfly or a fish, up to you. The third one is a little tricky because it starts with a vowel. So this is an ant. Ant. To sound it out, it's ant. 3 sounds again. And the fourth one has a special sound. So it has 3 sounds, but the second one is 2 letters. So it's f, I, sh. Remember what says sh, sh. So it should be f, I, sh for that. Those are your 4 pictures today. And then your 4th job is reading. And remember, parents, it's great if they can do it 2 times. So maybe they can sound it out with you once and then read it to a sibling or read it to someone else in the house, or go ahead and just read it to themselves if they need to. So kinder recap, 4 jobs: handwriting page, courage page, your 4 words on a piece of paper, sounded out and spelled beautifully, and then reading. All right, now first grade. You are checking the last 5 pages that we've already done in class. So that will start on page 90 with the 10 Commandments and go through 95. And 95 is the end of the creed. So it looked like this. And we just did 1 or 2 words. Remember, the underlined word was written nicely in cursive. So once again, you are checking to see if there's anything that you need to fix that wasn't fixed properly before, or if you missed any pages that need to be filled out. When that's done, you can put that book away. We will do the last page on Monday. So this will be all by yourselves. You're gonna have to try to figure out how to make the letters. But don't worry, there's something over here to help you. Okay, that will be finished Monday, and then that book is home to stay. You're done with it. If you wish to go back and do the print pages, you can certainly do that. That is job 1. Job 2, parents, is their spelling test. And they're used to coming up and just spelling them for me orally. It's a lot to manage with the whole paper pencil testing while I've got the other kiddos. So I can clip through them at a fast pace when they do it orally. So you can just have them spell the words for you, or if you wish, you could give them the test on paper with a pencil. That's absolutely your call. As I stated, you don't need to send me these grades. I'm trusting that if I don't hear from you, it's satisfactory. But if there is a problem, if your kid only gets 2 of the words right, which shouldn't happen, or they crush it and you want to let me know, please feel free to do that. So that's your second job. It should take about a minute or 2. It's very quick. Your third job is your long U page. So this is our last vowel page, and it has the 2 sides, just like normal. Left side, short, long side, U. It says its name, U. So you're going to sound out the words, k, up, draw me a nice cup. Do that for all 4 words on the left. And then over here on the long side, remember we need to sound it out, draw it, and color the letters making the U sound. So you'll remember it's usually 2 or 3 letters making that sound. So cl, U, clue. And maybe to show a clue, I draw a guy with a magnifying glass or something like that. So all 4 words on the short side, all 4 words on the long side. That is your third job. Your fourth job is also your courage page. And yours will have the word courage at the top and then some blank lines. That's where you need to go ahead and write that sentence. So here it is again, the kinder version. Doing something which frightens us, both morally and physically. And here it is in cursive, if you need to freeze that and look at it. So you can go ahead and copy that sentence. And then just like the kinders in the box, you need to draw a picture of yourself being courageous. So again, maybe it's standing up for someone who's being picked on or learning how to flip underwater at the swimming pool. You want to draw something that took moral or physical courage for you to do. That's your fourth job. And then your fifth job is reading for about 15 minutes. I've heard from a couple parents that were crushing it, and I'm glad to hear that. Keep up the good work on your reading. Okay, so first recap, 5 jobs. Handwriting, pages 90 through 95. Nice and quick today. Spelling test, quick, can be on paper or just spoken. Third is your long U page. Fourth is your courage page. And then fifth is reading. And then today in math, we are all going to be doing the same thing. So you will need a white piece of paper, folded in 4s again. And the challenge gets to come in, kiddos, for some of you ready for something bigger based on the size of your numbers. So kindergartners, you can do a single digit number like 9 or 7 or 5, but I think that most of you are ready to try a teen number for this activity. So maybe you could pick 12 and 16 and 18 and 14. Those were all even numbers. Okay, so you pick a number and you're gonna put it in the top corner. Now I'll do one example for the kinders with the teen number, and then I'll do one example for firsties who should be able to pick larger double-digit numbers, and then first graders who are saying, I need something a little more challenging, can pick a 3-digit number. And you could do 4 3-digit numbers or just your last one as a 3-digit number. So I'll do one example of each. So if I was picking 12 as a kinder, I would go ahead and write that in the top corner, and then I would think about ways to make 12. So we should know pretty quickly that 6 plus 6 is 12 from our doubles song. So I would write down 6 plus 6 equals 12. Looks like that. And then I need to think of another way to make 12. And I know 10 plus 2 equals 12. And then I can also do subtraction. So I could say 13 take away 1 equals 12. So that's 3 ways. You need to do at least 3 ways for each number. So this might mean you want to do 4 or 7 or 10, but you need to do a minimum of 3 or more. I could also do tally marks. Kids love to do those. I could show 12 with tallies. Or I could go ahead and do money. So you could draw a dime and 2 pennies. And we draw them with their value inside of a circle. So there's a dime and 2 pennies. So that's 5 ways to make 12. So kinders, you would need to do 12 and maybe 13 and 17 and 18, okay? First graders, you should be able to pick a larger number. So let's just say 53. So I would write 53 at the top. And then I should know right off the bat, thinking of 10s and 1s, that I could do 50 plus 3 equals 53. That one's pretty simple. Most of you are getting really good at the patterns with this, so you might go 49 plus 4 equals 53. Or 48 plus 5 equals 53. Okay, so there's a couple pluses. We could do a minus. 58 minus 5 equals 53. Now for these larger numbers, tallies might get a little crazy, but we should be able to do money, and you might even know your quarters already, which would be 25 plus 25 is 50, and 3 pennies makes 53. So there is, again, an example. You can do 3 or more ways to show your number. And then for those first graders who are feeling the challenge today, you may pick a 3-digit number in the hundreds. So maybe you want to pick 289, and you might say 200 plus 89 equals 289. You might say 288 plus 1 equals 289. And you might say 300 minus 11 equals 289. Again, 3 or more ways, but that gives some of my firsties the chance to start pushing themselves in their math. So that should be pretty quick and simple. Usually in class, if they finish early, I give them the option to trace their numbers in markers and decorate it. They like to do that, add a little artistic flair to their math. Parents, just please make sure we're really trying to hammer out the dizzies. Especially first graders should have none, but I've even been trying to correct the kindergartners. So if you got dizzy 6s or 9s or 5s or 2s in there, make sure that we get them spun around the right direction. All right, that is it for Friday. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you next week. I love you. God bless you. Goodbye.